Hello, ladies and gentlemen. In this video, we want to go over what's wrong with Bitcoin. Um, and this isn't going to, there's all kinds of different, people have all different kinds of ideas of, um, you know, different problems with Bitcoin. And that's really not what I'm going to go over in this video. What I'm going to go over in this video is the one flaw, the major flaw with Bitcoin. And that is what can be the major flaw in any system when the system doesn't do what it was designed to do. And that's the flaw that Bitcoin has. So aside from everything else, that is the flaw that it has. That it is not doing what it was designed to do. However, Bitcoin's going off of the chart. I mean, it's just going up and going up and going up and going up because people believe that one day it will solve this problem, that it doesn't do what it was designed to do, okay? And whether it will or whether it won't, nobody really knows. There's all this different governments putting out laws and rules about it and all this other stuff, so nobody knows. Only God knows if it'll ever actually do what it says that it, what it was basically designed to do. And many people investing in Bitcoin don't even realize, the ones that I talk to, when I read the news articles, when I read the comments, the people that talk to me, they don't seem to understand this major flaw exists. So they keep buying and buying and buying and buying. And, there's people that say that it's a Ponzi scheme. Well, it has all the markers of a Ponzi scheme. And I'm talking about a financial money scheme, not, there's all different kinds of Ponzi schemes, but I'm talking about a financial Ponzi scheme. One of the key things that a financial Ponzi scheme has is that it keeps going up in value, and anyone can manipulate their Ponzi scheme to do that. It keeps going up in value to where people feel that they would have to be a fool to sell it. I'm just going to let it ride one more time. I'm just going to let it go one more week. I'm just going to let it go one more month. I'm just going to... And they work, and then it gets bigger, and they're like, oh my God, I had no idea it was going to get this big, so I'm just going to let it go bigger, and let it go bigger, and let it go bigger. And because of this metric raise that it's had, nobody's selling it. And of course, there are people that are saying that they're selling it, that they're not having any problems with that. And people lie. So what's the major problem with Bitcoin? What is the major problem? And that is, Bitcoin was designed so that you could send money to anyone in the world. You could send money to anyone in the world instantly. Now, I did a recording earlier, and I failed to go into detail about that. And so I'm going, before everybody comes back and goes, that's not true, you can send Bitcoin, because I didn't elaborate, okay? And you got to elaborate these days. People, especially when somebody's going to defend something, you got to elaborate because they're just going to pick apart what you say. So in this video, I'm going to elaborate exactly what I meant by that. People go, you can send Bitcoin all over the world in a second. Yes, but that's not what it was designed for. It was designed to be able, the reason everybody got excited about, the reason everybody thought it would be great was because you could send money, okay? And Bitcoin isn't money. So yes, I can send you Bitcoin, well, it isn't instant. And if you think it's instant, then you don't use Bitcoin. I'm just going to lay it right out there because it can take many hours. I think the last time I checked, it was like 30 hours just for the transaction to be verified. Now, it used to be quicker. But as the blockchain gets longer, okay, the longer it takes. So actually, that's another key flaw. So the more Bitcoins that there are, and as they reach that peak of how many Bitcoins they're going to release, mining of Bitcoins and the time it takes to verify a Bitcoin is going to take more computing power, and it's going to take longer. And there's no way to change that if we could go with the official narrative that this was just put onto the internet by Soshi Nakamoto or whatever his name is, and he's no longer involved. It's just taken on a life of its own. It's uncontrolled, decentralized, all of this other stuff. If you're going to go with that narrative, because if you don't go with that narrative, what are you doing in Bitcoin anyways? If you don't go with the official narrative, then what are you doing in it anyways? So if we're going to go with that, and we've already seen it. And again, this is something that most people don't know. There's millions of people claiming to be Bitcoin experts, but very few know what they're actually talking about. But a lot of people are listening to them, and that sort of, I mean, even these, people calling it a bubble and people calling it this, these bankers and these experts, they don't even know what they're talking about. So, it's going to, and it already has, you used to be able to mine Bitcoins on your own computer. Now you have to have this really expensive computer that people don't have normally. The only people that have these types of computers are people who are mining Bitcoin. Why? Because the blockchain gets longer and longer and longer and longer. Okay? And that's, again, another reason why the price of Bitcoin has to go up, because it costs more and more money to mine these Bitcoins. So if it didn't go up, then people wouldn't do it anymore, because it would be crazy. Now, I'm not going to get into my personal feelings about what Bitcoin is, or what it can or can't be, or anything like that. The point that I'm trying to make here is that Bitcoin fails at its core idea, the ability to send money from person to person. It is hackable. If you've got money in a bank and your bank gets hacked, your money is still secure. It's still insured by your government in most countries. Maybe I'm wrong. At least that's the way it is in the United States. So, I mean, for example, if my credit card that's attached to my bank account gets stolen, somebody buys a whole bunch of stuff from it, I don't have to pay for that. And how do I know that that's actually true? Because it's actually happened to me before several times. So when that happens, they just cancel my credit card, send me another one, remove that stuff from my account. And that's what happens when you have money in a bank. And I'm not sitting here defending banks and saying banks are great and wonderful. Don't get me wrong there, because I don't believe that. I'm just comparing two things to each other, Bitcoin to banks. So this idea of being able to send money to anyone in the world is a huge thing that everybody is looking for, because right now there isn't one. And Bitcoin or any other cryptocurrency is also not one. Okay? Because while you can send the cryptocurrency, my other cryptocurrencies that you can send in the blink of an eye, but you still have not sent money. You have sent a cryptocurrency. And at that point, you need to be able to turn the person on the other end needs to be able to turn that cryptocurrency into money. Okay? So most people on the planet, you can tell by the actual number of Bitcoins that there are and the actual value that they are, and divide that by the population of the earth, and you can say most people don't have Bitcoin. So if you want to send them, if you need to send them money and you say, oh, I'll send you Bitcoin, they'll be like, yeah, but I want money. Okay? So the problem is not solved. But of course, there was much more talk when it first came out about, you'll be able to take out money from ATMs, all these different stores are going to take it, this country's going to take it, this country's going to take it, and just all of this talk. And in fact, back then there was much more talk of that than there is now. And it should be the other way around, because Bitcoin's been around for a while. These problems should have been solved by now if that was going to happen. And the fact that that talk is going down, that's not a good thing. So, but like I said, it's going up because people believe that one day it will, okay? And that right there is the marker to show you how important the ability to be able to pay someone anywhere in the world is to people. Because nowadays, many of us work with people from around the world. And we either have to pay or we need to be paid by people from around the world. The good news is there is something that's coming out in the first quarter that absolutely will do what Bitcoin can do, was designed to do, and it's not a cryptocurrency. It's not a cryptocurrency. But if you look at the metric rise of what's going on with Bitcoin, and you don't see the power and the huge opportunity that I'm about to explain to you, as far as this ability in the first quarter of 2018, and 2018 is like 11 days from now, you will be able to send money to anyone in the world. To anyone in the world. Not only that, but unlike PayPal and Bitcoin and all of these other types of ways of paying people anything, this particular one will pay you on the people that you referred, and the people they 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 referred actually do it. Okay? And this is really, really huge. My name is Jenny Min. I am the founder of Your Webbase. Your Webbase is a company unlike any other company, in that we're not just one company. We are a group of companies whose sole purpose it is to change the world and make the world a better place. When you come to Your Webbase, you have access to other companies, and it's growing, who have this same vision of providing free opportunities to change people's lives. So those people who now, and many people are getting their PayPal accounts frozen, which isn't new. PayPal's always been famous for that, but it's getting worse. These people who are losing their Patreon subscribers because changes in Patreon, different things like that. These people now have an option to be, not only to be able to make transactions, to receive money, to send money to anywhere in the world, they also have an opportunity to make money when the people that do actually use it. So you got all these people making Bitcoin videos, and all these people talking about Bitcoin and all this other stuff. They're actually working for this Bitcoin MLM, and the MLM part of it is marketing of Bitcoin. And the really fascinating thing about it is nobody makes money marketing Bitcoin. Nobody makes any money marketing Bitcoin. But you see so much of that online. With this particular aspect of Your Webbase, you will be able to send and receive money anywhere in the world, and you will be able to make money even if you don't send or receive money. You'll be able to make money when the people that are linked to you, that are in your web, do it as well. And what does that mean by web? What does it mean? The people who are connected to you, there's 7 degrees of separation between you and every single person on Earth. 6 degrees of separation between you and every single person on Earth. So the web is like, you're in the center of the web, you're the little spider, and then the first little ring of that web is the people that you know, or the people that you told. And the next ring is the people that they told. And the next ring is the people that they told, okay? And a lot of people don't understand how many millions of people are in your web. How many millions of people are in your web? Because you're out there doing this free MLM work for companies like Google and Facebook and different social media and YouTube and Bitcoin, if you're one of those. And in that particular case, in that new type of MLM that we call freeism, where billions of people do tons of work and a handful of people reap all the economic rewards, there's this new MLM company. And it's a free MLM company like those, except The difference between those MLM companies and all other MLM companies is, again, billions of people do tons of work for a handful of people to reap all the rewards. Where in MLM, it doesn't work like that. Even though they have done a very good job at brainwashing most people into believing that. It's like, do what we say, not at what we do. Governments are MLMs. I mean, corporations are MLMs. It's just a matter of whether or not it's who gets paid. It's who gets paid. And if the people are getting paid, they yell, scam, scam, scam. But if it's all going to them, then it's not a scam. So, but this new group of companies that come together in your web base is basically, it's a global affiliate program that where businesses can come, provided that they do this sharing of their, have a free MLM that actually pays the people and not where it all goes to them. And the people who are members of this MLM, rather than sharing all the different things, because we foresee that there's going to be more and more and more and more businesses that do this. In fact, we believe, and that's why we've been fighting against these big corporate monopolies, and because they also believe that when we get big enough, then they go bye-bye. Because the people will see when finally, I mean, why would you continue to use something that doesn't pay you when something else does exactly the same thing and does? And that's why they're afraid of us, and they should be afraid of us. So, and as I said, they can push us down, and they have pushed us down, not just us directly, but our strategic partners, because they, again, are a threat to them. But because this is a true MLM, we don't really need them. And that's where they failed to so rather than saying, okay, we'll do what they're doing, they said, well, we'll stop them from doing what they're doing. But see, you can't do that with MLM, because MLM is word of mouth. MLM is when you tell someone to use something, like when you invite somebody to Facebook, when you share a video on YouTube, that's MLM. When you tell somebody about a movie, that's MLM, okay? So, so if you need a way to send Bitcoin, okay? If you need a way to, so I'm looking at the screen, so Bitcoin. If you need a way to send money to anybody in the world, if you need a way to receive money from anywhere in the world, if you need a way to run your business where you need to accept payments from anywhere in the world, if you need a way to make money, and this truly is a way to make money, then I suggest you go to your web base, look up your web base, and get the app or get the website and follow the directions and join these companies, because I truly believe, only God knows for sure, I truly believe that we are at a point where the game is about to change so fast and so quickly, it's not even going to be funny. So I'll post links in the videos for the app and and some reviews. You should definitely check out the reviews of what experts are saying about your web base. Even though, as I said, the monopolies do everything they can to hide and lie about the number of downloads and, keep us from people from seeing us, the experts and the world see something totally different. Take care and have a good day.